Hello and welcome to the Robo Samurai channel, and today we're going to be reviewing the G1 reissue of the Decepticon communicator Soundwave and his two cassettes Laserbeak and Ravage. Now let's talk a little bit about this set. This thing is essentially the animated colored version of it, so it's going to be tampoed and not have like the chrome on it and all that, at least as far as we can tell. I have not opened this yet. I have not watched any reviews on it. I have not seen anything on this yet. So we're going to take a look and see how this thing holds up compared to the other Transformer versions of Soundwave. Now, I can tell you that this is going to be an interesting one because I like the original toy, so might be an interesting kind of watch at the very least to see how this thing unfolds. And that's no pun, really. You know, I've had this in the other, like I said, the other reissued version, so, and I probably have like 2 or 3 of them, but I don't have them here. Maybe I'll do a review of these later, but let's find out what's in the package. Let's see what the package looks like. First of all, we've got the top here. It's very G1. Let's see here. Can I add a little bit of extra light? Come on down here, light special effects people. Can you see that? There we go. So we've got, you know, start, change, finish, you know. So that's good stuff. The 40 years Transformers anniversary. So it's been 40 years. The classic Hasbro logo. And originally this came in back when this first issued, it actually came with Buzzsaw. They made you actually go and buy Laserbeak. And I believe it was like Rumble or, you know, Frenzy. I forget which. Don't matter. Anyway, let's take a look here. Yeah, pretty cool. And then there are 3 tech specs on the back with the classic G1 artwork there. And then we've got all the, you know, we've got Ravage. And these are shortened versions of the tech specs. Don't think that these are the originals. I think maybe partially, but they're also repeated in several languages here. There's another picture of the shot of the product and all the other stuff. And the original G1, they used to have like robot points. Now it's just, you know, you can cut that out and make yourself feel good that it's authentic. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this thing open. Yep, I'm going to use a knife. A little one, though. Okay, so that's that. Oh, one more thing here. So I do like this packaging. It looks very nice, so I'm gonna try to keep it nice. So I have a Japanese reissue of Soundwave. I have the American reissue of Soundwave. I don't have the old San Diego Comic-Con version reissue of Soundwave because I never want to, you know, I had like, I think all 4 or 5 cassettes or something like that. So we got some instructions here. Pretty much know these by heart, so that's cool. And then we have this, and there's nothing covering this. It's just held in with plastic ties. So we've got these here, and I'm going to cut one of these off of the sprue and then pop these out, and let's just see what we got here. So cut, I think. Yep, there's 1 cut, 2 cut. And then there's, let's just cut one of these out and leave the rest of them in there. Let's do that. I cut it right off the sprue. You get 3 of them. That will free one of them. And I don't know for what purpose I'm doing this, to be honest with you. I just think like, hey, if I'm going to make cuts, might as well just get what I want out of it. So, and then we have this thing. So 1 cut here, 1 cut here. 1 cut here, 1 cut here. And then let's pop these out. And then these are the weapons. These are for Ravage. And boy, they're in there tight. That's for sure. In the plastic tight. Okay, yeah, that's lots of fun. So probably the best way to do it is to pop this one out. Pop this one out. I think. Kind of hurt myself doing this. Potentially. Man, that thing's in there tight. Okay, and then these are the Laserbeak things that go on the top. We'll do a review of these as well. So, yeah, they wanted you to, you know, like, it would be too easy for them to package Laserbeak back in the G1 days with Soundwave, because you'd be like, I'm done except for Ravage, you know. So they split them into different packagings so that you would be forced to buy all the other tapes, which are, I think, essentially like Ravage and Rumble. I'm not Ravage, but Rumble Frenzy and Laserbeak, whatever, you know, you would have to purchase them. So that pretty much takes care of all that. We've got this here, and these, and then all these here, and I'm going to wipe away all this plastic garbage I just made. Okay, so let's take a quick look at all these. First of all, here's Soundwave in his tape deck mode. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's pretty gray, no silver, nothing like that. And the reason why this sticks out is because of the this mold. They remolded into Sound Blaster, and the Sound Blaster one actually extended his tape deck out so that he could hold 2 cassettes in there. So that's the reason. And so they extended this out in that mold. And they've never recessed this on anything that I've seen that's been a reissue of Soundwave. They've never recessed this and put this back in there. So, and I do have the Japanese reissue Sound Blaster. It's basically a red, you know, it's black and wears blue and all that other stuff. And he's basically the new version of Soundwave. But yeah, that's the reason why. If you're wondering why does that stick out, or if you don't wonder, there's the back of Soundwave. And it's got a clip here because, you know, these old tape decks, you could stick on your belt and then plug something into your headset and listen to it. There's a little fake knob on the side here and another fake switch on this side. The thing that you don't see is these weapons here. These weapons do extend out, but they're meant to look like batteries. Yeah, so both of these here. So... And we'll talk a little more about these when we decorate Soundwave. But to store these, this was actually built with storage in mind. You just put the batteries in there. Clever. It looks like 2 AA's and bam, bam. So there you go. That's neat. All right, so there's the Soundwave part. We also have Laserbeak, and it looks like that they've done, you know, there's no Decepticon symbol here, but they did put them on the wings, and there's just labels here. And then on the back, they put another label. Oh, these are all labels, so. And that's a little G1-ish. Okay, I'll take that. That's not too bad, actually, you know. So if you push this button on Soundwave, you should be able to drop this in there. And by the way, this is the same size as a micro cassette. And if you don't know what a micro cassette is, that's okay. But that looks really cool, actually. I'm going to say that looks really cool. That kind of like matches some of the animation models I've seen of Laserbeak, you know, when he goes into the Soundwave there. And then here's Ravage, and Ravage is, well, Ravage is Ravage. There's a little Decepticon symbol there. And then you've got gray paint here, but nothing else much. I guess you're supposed to put this in here. And that also looks pretty nice. I like that. Reminds me of a little drone that he had, but when he's in there. So, so yeah, this is some pretty cool stuff. Just to show you how these transform, though, let's go on ahead and do that. So you've got what you do is you take this and you fold this down. That's his first leg and his second leg, and then you take his wings and you extend them out. They're on a double joint, and just like that and that. And then you extend Laserbeak's head out, and then you do that, and you can see the eye there. Then you can take these little things here and you stick them in to the tape deck holes, or the tape reel holes, or whatever are the holes. There you go. And there's Laserbeak in his Laserbeak mode, man. So, and on this, they have shortened these. These are shorter than the originals, but it does a really nice job. I think that looks cool. So let's set him aside. We have Ravage. Let's talk about transforming Ravage. So I like this Decepticon symbol here. By the way, both of these do have die-cast metal. This red part here is die-cast metal. The rest is plastic. His legs here are die-cast metal. So the first thing I do is you pull this over, and that makes his tail. Pull down his head, and that makes his, head. And then you take these, and you pull these out, just like that. And then you pull the paws, like that, kind of even them out. Well, that's real tough, I'll tell you. And then you can kind of do a thing like this. He's very two-dimensional. You can kind of stretch these thusly, and then take these And the proper way, I believe, to do this is make sure these little scope-like things are on the top, I think. I don't know. You can mount them any way you want. They still look great. So there's that. And maybe he goes the other way. Who knows? And then there is, you put them both on, and there's Ravage in his, well, kitty cat mode or whatever, or jaguar mode, whatever you want to call them. So, and if you kind of push these feet down just right, you can get him to stand on his very, very thin profile. But it can be done. I know I've done it before, and I will tell you, all of these joints are really tight, so that's it's a really nice thing. So we've got Laserbeak and Ravage. Now let's talk about the star of the show. All right, this is Soundwave. Now the way to transform him is you can take this and then push right here and push against his leg right here so that you have that gap. Do the same thing on the other side. Very easy transformation. Oh, and yeah, you can also just do that. I push him down, but that way it's easier to kind of manipulate them this way. So, boy, that is tough. So I'm gonna try this instead. I don't like pulling on this. Ugh, do you hear that? Oh, that sounded like I broke something. So, woo! But see. Same effect. So it's just really tight, and that's kind of scary. Anyway, so pull them down, pull down the leg. That way, rotate it forward. Do the same thing on the other side. Pull down his feet, which are die-cast metal. You can pull these out a little bit, like that, and then you can fold these forward, thusly. Pull his head up. Swivel it around, then push on here to reveal his wrists. There's one, and then here's the other. There they are. And, oh, don't forget, take his batteries out. And how that works is you can take his, take the one that looks like it's got little red paint on the inside there. That goes right here. Oh, very tight, very tight. And then this here, you open up like that, and then you take one of these and you plug it into here, and that should hold on to it. To release it, you push this little button on the top, and hopefully it doesn't go flying out. Let's see. Nah, pretty much doesn't, so there you go. All right, and then put that in his hand, and there he is. There is Soundwave, Ravage, and Laserbeak, all in their robot modes, whether it be a condor or a jaguar or whatever. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I really dig this set. Let's take a quick look here. Of course, the batteries have this extra detail. It's got painted red, like where the, I don't know, missile tips, whatever that is. So let's take that off. And then you have, of course, the same thing here. Red around the edges there. That little red paint, that's nice. Of course, you've got these highlights here, the Decepticon symbol. All this is either painted or tampoed on. These here, which that's really nice that these are done. These are painted. This is metal, so that's cool. Kind of the gray, flat gray, so that's not bad. These here, he does have a bit of articulation, so he can move his arms like that. And like that. That's pretty much the end of it there. He can turn his head left and right. And speaking of his head paint job is painted to more accurately reflect maybe the way he looked in the G1 cartoon. So red visor and then silver for the mouth plate and all that. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And the joints are very tight for an old, if I look at the back of this and open this up, it will tell me, it'll say a date of 1974, and that's when the original one was made. So if you see it there, pretty interesting. So, yeah, that's more than 40 years, that's for sure. But that's not when the Transformers actually came out. So yeah, we're going ahead and just put his weapons back on there so he's ready for battle. Anyway, so yeah, that's Soundwave, and this is the 40th edition, 40th anniversary edition, reissue G1 Soundwave, and yeah, I think that this is pretty nice, and I think that the previous reissues only gave you like one cassette. They did not give you Ravage; they just gave you Laserbeak. So I think that that's an added bonus, especially if you're collecting G1 figures. So that's what we got. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.